All right, Angie Harness, Keller Williams, take 3. So as I was trying to say earlier, we all look at the world through the lens of our own eyes, and with that, a lot of times it's hard for us to see things that are happening because it's just not our experience. And it doesn't make us bad people. However, it's really important that we all start to understand that there are issues in our society, things that actually are still happening today, because we can't change them if we don't acknowledge that they exist. So I serve on the Social Equity Task Force for Keller Williams. I'm out of the Chesterfield Market Center. Gary Keller in 2020 came out and said that every market center needs to do this, and just explained why it's very important. I'm not going to go into all those details, but I want to tell you about a real world example of why this is so important. And I'm talking about real estate. So our managing broker, Dana, is a Black woman, and she in 2021 refinanced her house. She lives in St. Charles, very nice neighborhood in St. Charles. The appraiser comes to her house. He's white. She goes to hand him her business card. He won't take her card. And she gets the appraisal back, and it's crap. Thank God she's a realtor and an awesome professional, so she was able to address it, and she was able to show how it was wrong, and she was able to get a proper appraisal on her home. Had she not been a realtor, and had she not known better, she probably would have just gotten a lower value on her home and just accepted it, and she didn't, because she knew what to do. So I tell you this because this is not an unusual scenario in our society, and that's why I said in my caption, I mean, real estate has a color far too often, and if you're not the right color, your home might be viewed as less valuable than someone who is lighter skinned than yourself. And that's not okay. And I think we all agree that that is not acceptable. And when she told me this, I was shocked. I'm like, today that's happening? And yes, it happens. There's other stories. There's other scenarios that I can give you, things that happen. And my eyes have been opened up, you know, because I think to myself, I don't feel that way. And most of you watching this probably don't feel that way. However, we have to be aware that these things happen and have some understanding, and it affects us all. You know, if you live in a neighborhood and your neighbor, because they happen to be a different race than you, and they get an appraisal on their home and it's lower, guess whose home value that brings down to? Yours too. Because when we do for example, when I'm listing a property to sell, the way we come up with that market price is by looking at similar properties in close by that have sold, and that's how we determine, okay, this is where we're going to market this home at. So if you get low appraisals, that brings down everybody's home value, and it's just it's not okay. Just another example of, and this isn't real estate related, I have another friend, Black woman. She was in Chesterfield, and this was somewhat recent. And she was at a friend's house for some evening ladies get together, and she went to leave, and there was a police officer parked up the road. He saw her get in her car, and she gets in her car and leaves, and he pulls her over because he wants to know what she's doing. So anyway, it's just, I mean, just try to imagine, you know, look through your own eyes. Like, how would you feel if this was you in your experience? You know, how would you feel if you had an appraiser come to your house, wouldn't even shake your hand or take your business card, and then they give you a lower value on your home? Or you go visit your friend, and because you don't quote unquote match the demographic of the neighborhood, it's a bunch of, I mean, it really is. So these things still happen today. So yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to share, and hopefully that's a little food for thought for folks, and it's something that we should all really care about, because we're, you know, most of us are good people, and most of us really do care about other people, and I believe that, but we can't fix it if we're not aware of it. And there's this thing called unconscious bias, which I personally struggle with the concept, but I think that if you're raised in a certain way to look at people differently, and maybe you, on a moral, intellectual level, you think that you don't, but maybe you were raised another way, maybe there are some internal biases. I mean, this appraiser, there was something going on. I'm gonna guess that appraiser that went to Dana's house probably doesn't think he's racist. Or maybe he does, I don't know. So anyway, that's all I got. Wish you all a blessed rest of your day, and just when we start to understand things, then we can be better and we can do better, and have a little bit more compassion for others. Bye, everybody.